people, but the honourable member for Kingston and the Islands.
Simply replying to the inaccuracies that the member is stating, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable House Leader for the Conservative Caucus.
First of all, I note that the member may seek the floor when it's his turn. We want to hear from our colleague from Alberta here, who's got the floor now, reading a speech. But we all know what he said. We all know that both the member for Kingston and the Islands and the Deputy House Leader for the government were sent in here this morning to try to turn the victim into the villain. That's right. To try to somehow say that it was the member for Wellington Halton Hills' fault that they sat on a report for 2 years. 2 years. Knowingly giving permission to a foreign diplomat, an operative from the People's Republic, the regime in Beijing. I'd like to know if I could table the blues, Mr. Speaker. This is what the member for Kingston and the Islands actually said, quote, "The member for Wellington Halton Hills had a defensive briefing on this 2 years ago, so he knew about this when it actually happened." That is shameful. Yeah. If I call on the member right now to stand up and unequivocally apologize for that disgusting comment.
Liberal talking points.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, it is true that I said that the member from Wellington Halton Hills received multiple defensive briefings. Actually, he did. He did. He received multiple defensive briefings. And it is absolutely true, Mr. Speaker, that I have absolutely no idea what he was told. So I am trying to address the point, Mr. Speaker.
Order. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm just gonna sit down. For Kingston and the Islands.
I do not know what the briefing was about. And Mr. Speaker, I do apologize for saying that he.
No, I'm just gonna. All right, we're done. Okay, the honourable member for Edmonton-Wetaskiwin has the floor.
I will point out, Mr. Speaker, that the honourable member in his defence mentioned coming in 15 seconds before the member from St. Albert Edmonton stopped speaking. I will point out that was the precise moment that chaos descended on this conversation. That was the precise moment. It was his question to the honourable member from St. Albert Edmonton that triggered the condescension and mockery amongst his colleagues over here. It was his question where he talked about the member being supposedly affected, which he apologized unreservedly but reservedly a few minutes ago, and that was what triggered the other parliamentary secretary of the House Leader. It's hard to keep track of the parliamentary secretaries to the House Leader over there, but the member from Winnipeg North, who then said to his laughing colleagues, the member's not credible. The member's not credible, talking about the member from Wellington Halton Hills.